Hello, y'all. How y'all doing this fine Saturday morning? Y'all know who I am. It's me, Jennifer McCrae, J Shrink, the one who don't get subscribers. Please subscribe to my videos. I'm not begging you for Patreon. I'm not begging you for PayPal, Cash Apps, Google Pay. I'm just giving you something to think about besides escapism. You know, sometimes you need to know what's going on in the world besides escapism. And I showed you a good example of that with Cardi B. I can't stand Cardi B. However, when I found out that she got involved in social justice and politics and was really interested in the world around her and not just ratchetness, I had a little respect for her. Okay? So even Cardi B, she gets out of her comfort zone of ratchetness and hood ratism and thoughtism to go over to the political side to try to help people. You know, the elected officials that will help the people the most. Okay? So I have a new respect for her. And y'all know that Candace Owens, conservative pundit, that Aunt Jemima, she is, she's not Uncle Tom. I call them Aunt Jemimas when they're black people. That Aunt Jemima just was a attention whore, and she just wanted to pick on Cardi. And, you know, I told y'all about she wanted to offer her $250,000 to debate her or another conservative. Because Cardi's up on them issues. I showed you that video. She's not playing. She on her issues. And y'all saw her in that dress too. She was, when she met with Sanders, homegirl, she was dressed to kill. She looked professional. Okay. So, this is my little rant from my side of the world. And it entails me and the so-called politicians that were supposed to represent us. Okay, so I guess I can give you the backstory. It was 2005, and you know, Bush was in office and everything, and they were just going at each other. Democrats, just like they're doing now, Democrats and Republicans, back and forward. They would have on 2020, this Democrat would have a pork barrel for his state. That Republican would have a pork barrel for their state. They wanted the people to save the taxes. The Republicans wanted better, Democrats wanted better health care and all that. So they get up and they do their little theatrics. They're rhetorical. They spew rhetorical things, and they act, because most of them are lawyers, and they act. And to me, okay, I became an independent. I started out a Democrat, you know, like my mom. But I decided to, after all those shenanigans, and another thing that they do is they pretend like they are so against each other. But, you know, like on LA Law, what do they do? New York Law. Law and Order, I'm sorry. On Law and Order, these same people, this plaintiff, this prosecutor, who is just tearing the defense attorney apart, looks like they are just going at it like rabid dogs. However, when they show on Law and Order that when they get to the when they get out of work, they go to dinner together. They're the best of friends. They go to dinner together. They go golfing together. They go on trips together. They put politics aside. And that's called a code. I've heard black people call it working on a code. So they have their own little secret code that they display to you. And they can't fool me because I'm a psychological professional and a behavior therapist expert. So I saw through that. I'm saying it's just two sides of one coin. One coin is Republican, the other side is Democrat. Okay? So I just got tired by 2005. And nobody's doing nothing, but they're theatrical, almost as bad as the people overseas that fight up each other, you know, in their parliaments and Congress and stuff. They're almost that bad. So I said no. I just want to be just independent because none of them are doing any good. It's just we need another party. We need like Canada or Europe. We need a third or fourth party like Canada and Europe, like they have more than two parties. Because these parties agree on the same thing. They just get out there and tell you one thing in their voice, and then the other party will say the same thing, but they'll say it in their rhetoric. And it ends up being the same thing. Okay? Okay, so, okay, I'll tell my story. Okay, so it was 2005. I decided to register as an independent because I got tired of all that. Knowing about, you know, body language, facial, microaggressive, you know, microaggression, or just little ways your face shows how you really are. Just reading their body language and stuff like that, and not even listening to the talk. Just turn the TV off when a politician come on. Just turn the TV off. Just turn the volume down until the commercial come on. Then turn it back on. Or don't look at it at all, because it's just a bunch of mess. It's just a bunch of horse shit. Okay. Now, what affected me personally, y'all know that I'm a mental health advocate and a mental health advocate. And y'all also know I'm trying to get African Americans or blacks to destigmatize mental illness. They'll say they're everything but mentally ill. But then they'll say themselves, oh, he's crazy. Okay? So I decided, y'all, when I first started this channel, to start a mental health awareness resource center. And after that, okay, so I went to my legislators here in my state and my councilman. Okay, so first I went to my state legislators. I went to Greg Tarver. I voted Democrat for all three of these people that I'm going to say, okay? Because I didn't see anybody really running against them that's an alternative. So sometimes I vote Democrat, sometimes I vote Republican. Sometimes I agree with the Democrats, sometimes I agree with the Republicans, but I have voted Republican before. But anyway, I voted Democrat this whole cycle. So we got these Greg Tarver, who is a senator, and Barbara Norton, who is the congressional person of my district, and Willie Bradford is the councilman. Y'all know I have been working on that mental illness awareness outreach program for African Americans, black people, and for the black community. You know, for people who are just out and about and they don't know what's going on, or that their family need help and need to know where to go. And I wanted to start that. And maybe speak to some, speak to schools, organizations, colleges, just different places like that, about black psychology, because it's a little bit different, you know. So, So, okay, I went to Tarver, and I told him I'd gone to a lawyer to see how to get nonprofit status, but it would cost $1,500. Okay, and I wrote grants. I've written grants. Anybody who knows me professionally know I write grants, and most of the grants I get when I write them. So all I need is a 501c3. One. So when I went to Tarver and told him that, he said, well, I want to give a workshop just to introduce everything. I said, well, he said, no, you have to have a 501c3. I can't help you. I said, well, can you help me get sponsors or venues or events, to raise, awareness about this issue, the mockery and the stigma of mental illness in the black community. So, he told me that I have to do it on my own, that he had and this man, he has a funeral home, he's a millionaire. He said no, he would not, he could not, unless I get that 50. I said, how can I get the 501c3 unless I have $1,500 to pay the lawyer? And these little lawyers are stingy around here. All they take is if you've been injured in an accident. If I could get one of pro bono, give me. That's what I wanted to ask him, the pro bono. If he could ask one of his lawyer friends to pro bono, get me a 501c3 nonprofit status, and I write the grants to help the people who need the help, that would be fine. Or if you would give me some type of recognition or endorsement. Okay, so I went to the mayor. Mayor didn't even see me. She said she didn't know me. She was not interested. Her name was Ollie Tyler. Okay, C. I went to Barbara Norton, who's supposed to be my a congressional person. They had me come in there, and I would see her assistant. And the assistant would say, I let her read all my stuff. I let all of them read my whole plan that I had, my whole plan, including budgets and everything. And she just would say, oh, she's coming into town. She's coming into town. Woman never got back to me. Three times. She's coming into town. She's not here. She's in session. She's this. She's that. I said, but I thought with her being so interested in getting this African American parade and all these African American causes that she proclaims that are dear to her heart, she would be interested in the black people who need help the most, the mentally ill people, and their families who need to know what to do, to help their loved ones with their mental illness. I never even spoke to her. At least I spoke to Tarver. I didn't speak to her. I just spoke to that same assistant, and she made up excuses. So that's another liar. We got 1, 2 now. 3. Okay. The next person I went to was my city councilman. His name is Willie Bradford. I emailed him, I talked to him. He was over here at my apartment. I told him a little bit about my stuff. And then he said, okay, yeah. Because he was telling us to bring him ideas. He was telling us at this luncheon to bring ideas, which I was doing. So, y'all know my little... things like this. Like July is National Minority Mental Health Month, and the shame and stigma of African Americans with mental health issues. So it just tells about all those things. It's a flyer, like I said, to help to do the other thing, to get somebody to help sponsor me, and to help me get a venue because I don't have anything, you know. He said, okay, email me. I emailed him, and he didn't even respond. So I called. They didn't. He was gone. Okay, these are 4 black people. They are not even interested in black. I guess they figure people who mentally ill, they don't vote, but that's a lie. Maybe the ones who are severe don't vote, but I have bipolar disorder and anxiety disorder, and I vote. And there's a lot of other us who are professionals and working, who vote. And their families vote. And for black people, these black legislative people, city councilman, Willie Bradford, Barbara Norton, who else was the other one? Greg Tarver, shame on you. I'm glad Ollie Tyler is out of the office. My next person I'm going to go to is our new mayor, who's a younger guy. He's been in the military. He's got a law degree. His name is Adrian Perkins. I'm going to see if I can make an appointment with Adrian Perkins. And if any of my sisters in the sister circles know Adrian Perkins, the mayor, y'all email me. Message me about that, because I would like to talk to him about these issues. And it's sad. They don't give a damn. And then they wonder why they're shooting all these people. Why are they fighting? Why they don't have manners? I mean, there's something called root cause behind why these people are shooting and beating babies and killing babies and stuff and going to jail, committing suicide. They're called root causes and risk factors. They have risk factors because of their communities. They're living in these poor black communities, and they need to learn coping skills. And I can refer them to things that will help them, but their own legislators, black people, turn their backs on them. And I'm sorry, but I'm going to address you, Mayor, your Honorable Mayor, Adrian Perkins. If I could talk to you personally about this issue that I've been advocating for on the internet. I've been advocating in Facebook, and I've done YouTube videos on this issue of black psychology and black mental illness, and nobody, is doing anything about it. And then they get mad when the people shoot or run over somebody or drunk or something. We got to get to these risk factors. You can't wait until after the fact. You ignore the signs and the risk factors, and then you say, they shot up such and such. They don't do nothing but shoot up. And protesting, protesting is out of style. I'm just going to go on and say that. Prayer is very good, but the Lord get certain people on this earth to work with certain other people. That's why He picked people in the mental health field to work with the people. And I did that with the churches too. I told them that the Lord gave these people discernment to help the people that you can't help. You're a preacher, or a pastor. You're not a mental health professional. You can't help your people that way. You can't say because they're schizophrenic and having an auditory hallucination that's the devil or a demon. No, that's a schizophrenic experiencing a horrible